Hey everybody, Charles here. We're going to do a video today on how to make bookmarks from jewelry, whether it be old jewelry, mismatched jewelry, new jewelry. It really doesn't matter what kind you use. It's just has to be able to hook it to the hardware that you're using is the main thing. And there's going to be a handful of tools that we need to use to do this with. Let me move this out of the way and I'll show you some of the tools. You're going to need a pair of side cutters like this to cut with. Okay. We're going to need a pair of needle nose pliers, like so. And I also have a smaller set right here that I use. Alright. We're going to need, for the ribbon, we're going to need scissors. I use these heavy duty scissors here. They're really good and sharp and they do an excellent job cutting. Depending on what you're doing, you don't have to have screwdrivers, but sometimes I make my own rings, and a round barrel screwdriver like this 4-way comes in real handy for that. If I accidentally crimp something in a manner I shouldn't, I can use a flat screwdriver like this to pry the crimp back apart. So that being said, they can be handy. They're not necessarily have to have them. And then I like to have laying around a pair of what I call lineman's pliers. They're just flat jaw pliers like that. They're real handy sometimes. So that's about it. About 6 or 8 tools there that could come in handy. That the necessity of all this is probably just going to be the scissors to cut the ribbon, the needle nose pliers for crimping, and the side cutters to cut your jewelry with. About 3 tools is really all that's necessary that you'd have to have. The others are just kind of like bonuses if you've got them with you. So that being said, let's move on just a little bit. I'll get these out of the way. The hardware you're going to need, I'll put it over here in front of you just a second. Now this hardware, I ordered mine online. One other thing before we get into the hardware, I like to have some wire laying handy like this. This is lightweight picture hanging wire. And the reason I like this kind of wire is because this can be bent when you use it. To use beads with, this is for stringing beads above your, like if you're going to put beads above your earrings or whatever you may use for your decor piece on the end of your bookmark. You can thread beads down on here, and this end twists very easy to make a ring to hook it onto your to your other hardware with. So that's why I like that. It's not a necessity again to make bookmarks to have that, but if you want to make them longer, for if you've got like a real thick book or a big tall stack of books that you want the bookmark to hang down over 4 or 5 books, that could come in handy. So again, that's a handy thing to have, but not a necessity. The hardware you're going to need, as I said, I purchased this hardware online. You've got your crimps here, like so. This came in both the gold and the silver. All right, you have got, I think these were called alligator clips. And then there are just the little rings, if I can grab one up right here, hopefully. I have one. They're kind of hard to get because they're so small. My fingers are so big. Let me lay it out of the way. I keep getting it. Here you go. They're just rings. They pry apart so you can clip them onto your jewelry, okay? And then, of course, if you need it, this kit comes with little lengths of chain like that to hang your jewelry on, also to let it hang down further if you need it. And that can be cut to different lengths, whatever length you need it. Okay. Like I said, we ordered this because we have plans on making a lot of this. We will be selling some of it as we go. I know there's some of you folks that will probably not want to make 40 or 50 of these, or 60 like we're going to be doing, making all this up over time. So if you need some hardware like this, and you just want to make 4 or 5 pieces of jewelry into bookmarks, just let us know and we can put you together a small kit, and for a small fee. We're not going to make any money on it. We'll just mail it to you, throw it in an envelope, and mail it to you for just a little bit. So there we go. That's what you need. And of course you need ribbon of various sizes. We've got this size ribbon. We've got this size ribbon, this style. It's almost the same width, not hardly, but almost. We've got the green polka dot ribbon. And then we had this red ribbon that we used and made some, you can see it's quite a bit smaller. We've got this ribbon here that we made some stuff out of. We're going to make some out of this, just not right now. This is kind of a holiday Christmassy look, so we're probably going to wait on that one. But just to let you know that, there's several different sizes of ribbon that you can use, different looks. And it doesn't really matter. You can pair these up with whatever you want to. But today we're going to work on this set of earrings right here. Okay. Now both ends of your ribbon does not have to be the same. All right, you can use, for example, I've got one made up right here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This one here, okay, I used an earring like this on this end, and then on the other end, I have this. Okay, it doesn't have to be the same. Unless you plan on wrapping it around something like that, which it can be used like that. It doesn't have to be in a book. It can be wrapped around a vase or anything else, and just kind of pinned together like that as a decor piece. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the same earring on both ends. So I may or may not do that with these. I'm going to show you how to put it on one end, and I may put something else on the other end of one of these. I don't know, I may use something like this just for a weight on the other end, and show you how it works with one of these. So what we're going to have to do, I wanted to show you this from the very start. We save all our pieces like those backs. Anything we can use, we will save it. Now this piece right here, this will have to come off. All right, this will definitely have to come off, and it's going to come off right here underneath that ball. That's where you get your side clips, your side snips. You'll get a hold of that right there. I'm gonna try to show you here if I can. My fingers are kind of big and they get in the way sometimes. Let me get a hold of this, like this. You're gonna get a hold of this piece. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. Oh goodness, here we go again. Let's try that again. Okay, let me turn him around where you can turn him, my pliers the other way. Right under that ball right there, and we're going to cut that piece of wire that holds that ball to this. And the reason we're doing that is so we can keep our ring that's on the actual earring itself. So we'll need to cut this again on the other side. Let me see which side that is right here, I think. Yeah, right there. Whoa, that might be something you want to watch out for. I wasn't expecting that to happen with that, but it did. It popped right off there like a rifle. So if anybody's sitting around, you might not want to do that. Could be dangerous. Just glad nobody was sitting around. But anyway, I want to cut this right on off. It's got a little bit. There we go. So here's what we're left with. Okay, here you go. Here's your earring. Really pretty earring. We had tried to sell these once and couldn't get anybody to of any interest in them. So we just decided, well, if nobody's going to be interested in them, we'll take this earring and make a bookmark out of it. Really pretty. I mean, don't you think that's a... Let me get it up a little bit closer here. Really pretty earring to make a bookmark with. Okay, anyway, back out. I've been trying to decide which ribbon I should use with this. If I should use this one, got some other ribbon here in a bag. I'm not real sure. I don't like that one. I kind of like the looks of this with something like that. I don't know if it'd work or not. I think it would. Kind of like that. That lace, boy, wouldn't that be pretty in that? Oh yeah, I think that'll work just fine. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to put this other back out of the way here. And we're going to make a ribbon real quick, bookmark real quick, and show you how to do this. All right, so as you can see, this is all, I'm not going to take the time to iron this. I could iron it back out straight, but I'm not. This is why it's important to have good sharp scissors right here. Because you're going to have to make some cuts, just like this right here, and you want your cuts to be straight. Just like that. You want good cuts. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to use gold, I think, since that's gold already. Let me see what size I'm going to have here. I think that size right there. And I don't know what size this is. Okay, so let me get it back up here now. But anyway, we'll take two of those to do both ends. I'm going to do one end and show you how to do it, and then I'll finish up the other end, and I'll come back and show you the finished product, okay? So that's what we're going to do. All right, this has a, if you look at this, I don't know if you can tell or not. When this closes down, you can tell that this is going to be kind of angled down. And that's the side you'll want on your bottom, is that flat side. It's hard to tell, but if you don't get that side, you can always take your pliers and bend this, and it'll still work. But what I do, now a lot of people put their pliers on these, but I just put this up in there just like that. You can see it's all the way in there, but you can tell right in looking in there that you're in. And I just squeeze them together with my fingers first, just like that. And then I take a pair of pliers and I crimp them. I turn it over and I crimp it again. You don't have to squeeze the, as the old saying is, the bejesus out of it. But right there. All right, and then what we're going to do, I have got a book here that I plan on making one especially for. It's this Old Testament survey book. And what we do is we'll measure it. We'll come across the book. Let me back up here just a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. We'll lay this across the book. Right here's your end. I'm gonna let the end hang over, about like that. Yeah. So then I'll come down here and cut this about right here. All right. Yep. So let me put this back. You see what we're doing there. You see you had an idea. We'll cut that right here with our scissors. All right, that's done. We'll put our book back up out of the way. Our scissors out of the way. We won't need them. All right, here we go. It's really not difficult to do this stuff. It's just having the time, having the stuff to do it with, and the hardware to attach it all with. Having what you need, I guess, is what we're trying to say here. All right. Just gotta have what you need. Like most anything else you do, you gotta have the hardware to work with. So here's our, this always is fun for me because my fingers are quite a bit large, seems like, for this kind of work. And I always have a hard time getting a hold of this stuff. But anyway, right here, you just, how you get a hold of it, just, and if you can't do it like that, you can always get a hold of it with your pliers, because we're going to squeeze it back with the pliers, okay? But you just open that like so. You hook it in your earring, just like so. and you're going to hook this right in here, just like that. Everything's hooked together now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze it all back tight. Or I said we was. Just like so. Now that won't pull off. And here's the earring on your ribbon. And we'll do both ends like that. I'll do the other end and I'll come back and show you the rest of them, okay? See you in a minute. Alrighty, we're back. This is our finished product. Have you ever done something and you thought, oh no, and then you think, well, I'm glad that happened. Well, I did that on this project right here. Some of you may have already noticed and some of you may not. When I was cutting this earring here to use it, my pliers got a hold of the top of this bead right here, and when it cut the ring holding it in off, and it let the bead fall off. So instead of taking the time to re-bead it, as you might say, I just went ahead and used it the way it is. Either way, it's going to look fine. I did use both earrings on the same one, which is, again, you don't have to. But this will fit right in a book like this right here. I'll show you here in just a second. I've got some more books over there, but I'm going to show you some finished products first. Here you go. Really pretty piece right there. Okay, here's the other one we made. This is the red with the red earrings. Okay. Here's the pink one. And see, the ribbon doesn't have to be any particular style or size or whatever. Really pretty piece there. Here's another one. We made this. We found some beads, some football beads. This would be great for a man, for a kid's book who has football or sports or does that. Right here's the one we had the mismatched beads on. And of course, here's the one that had the big earrings on it. Now this is a really nice statement piece right here for a large book. We put those on both ends. And again, it's not something that you have to do. But right there they are. If you have any questions, give us a shout out. We'll be more than glad to help you. And again, if you need hardware to do just a handful of projects with, give us a shout. We'll be more than glad to assist you with that too. So you guys have a great day, and thank you for your support. God bless y'all.